You showed me. The mailman stopped by and dropped a letter off last week. It was a letter from my father, of whom I never speak. I finally read this letter as I was sitting in my chair. He asked me to come see him because there was things with me he needed to share. So I procrastinated about visiting him. He haven't seen him since I was 4. I tried to move on with my life so I wouldn't think about him no more. You see, I was orphaned at 8 years old. My mother's parents took me in. I'll never forget losing my mother and burying my best friend. I've never been the same since that tragic night, and I've tried to seem normal and act like everything is alright. Today I will confront my fears so that with my life I can move on. I'm not a fearful 8-year-old, I'm 37 now and I'm grown. As I walked into the jail, fear came over me. Tears started running down my face and some memories came back to me. The officer escorted me to the room and I finally saw my dad. He was smiling and said hello. I was feeling very sad. He looked and said how you are, and all I could do was stare. My dad was a buff man now and he had long brown hair. He said, I really want to talk to you. I said, I have things I need to say. I said, Dad, why did you take my mom from me? Why did you put her down every day? I remember the nights you used to beat her. You used to think that I was asleep, but I wasn't, I just pretended, because that's a secret she asked me to keep. She tried to defend your actions when you used to hurt her so bad. She used to smile and tell me she was okay, but deep down I knew she was sad. Why didn't you leave her alone? I needed her in my life. Now I have married a man and he doesn't treat me like a wife. He calls me names and sometimes he causes me to cry. Sometimes I feel like my mom, and that's the truth, I can't lie. I don't feel whole, I feel like a part of me is gone. My husband hits me every day and I don't think it's wrong. My dad looked at me, he yelled, he did what to you? I said, I remember Mom didn't leave, you did that to her too. Mom, she really loved you, why did you hate her so? She told you to seek help for your anger and you always told her no. I remember that night you killed my mother and you took her from me. I remember the day they gave you life in prison, and that's where you will always be. He jumped up and said, I'm sorry, I should've done what I did. I said, you took my mom from me and I've never recovered since I was a kid. As I got ready to leave, I said, Dad, goodbye. You hurt me so bad, and many nights I still cry. Water filled my dad's eyes. He said, daughter, how can this be? Why you letting a man beat on you? I'd hurt him if I was free. They say a girl will find a man that's just like her, Dad, you see. You beat my mother every day, and many days you also beat me. You see, you were my example of how a man should treat me. I found one just like you. I'll take the shades off for you to see. Once my father saw the bruises, he yelled, please leave him today. I'm sorry for what I did to your mother. You should never let a man treat you his way. Yeah, you should never let a man treat you his way.